Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a special Infinity Client Success webinar. We're glad you took some time out of your day to join us, and we have some news we want to get out there. We are introducing a new product called Digital Checklist, which we think is a new accountability tool and a really smart way to enforce training and operational excellence. So my name's Steve Kessler, and I'm going to host the program today. Before we get started, let me uh, cover a few housekeeping items. Number one, we can't hear you. Everybody is muted. So if you'd like to communicate with us and make a comment, you can certainly jump on the chat and pose your question or comment, or you can use the Q&A section you'll see in the tray there at the bottom. So that's how we can communicate with you. If you have questions, we're going to try to take those at the end of the presentation. That way we'll make sure we cover all the material we wanted to talk about. So why don't y'all jump on the chat, tell us who you are, who you're with, where you're from, so we kind of know who's out there. And while you're doing that, I'm going to turn you over to Chuck Price. Chuck is our Director of Client Success. And Chuck, why don't you take it away.
All right. Hey, good morning. So thank you all for joining us. We're excited to have you. Just a quick look at the agenda. We're going to do some quick introductions. I'm going to give you an overview of the digital checklist, and then we'll jump into a pre-recorded demonstration by Phil Lewis and do some Q&A. So quick introductions. I'm Chuck Price, Director of Client Success. Phil Lewis is one of our Client Success representatives. We have Amber Robertson. She'll be assisting us with the Q&A section. She's one of our leads here in the Client Success Department. So again, thank you for joining us. I'm going to jump right in and get started. So what is the digital checklist? It's a powerful workflow accountability tool, as Steve stated. It's part of our platform. It is a standalone product in our product line, but it functions very well with the LMS. And reinforcing the behavioral training that we offer, combine some ready-made lists that we've already built that I'll go over a little bit later, and then the ability to add your own custom checklist. Cool feature is you can attach photos and videos not only from your mobile device, but upload it from a computer as well. There are automatic notifications, and the big piece for anything when you're looking at trying to keep checklists and reporting is everything's time-stamped for traceability. So when it comes to the standard checklist, these are the checklists that have been pre-built by Infinit-I. We have a pre and post-trip inspection that you'll see in your checklist deck. Driver road testing, preventative maintenance. Some of you probably already started using the English language proficiency checklist in our workflow side of it. And then we have more checklists to come. In addition to all of those standard ones that we offer immediately, we will give you the option to build 10 custom checklists as you come on board and subscribe to the digital checklist. So it's very easy to deploy and use. We come up with 3 different types of checklists. These are to really adjust to your organization's needs. So we got 3. The first one would be the assigned checklist. This is going to be your one and done checklist, the things that you may utilize when you onboard someone and they fill it out one time when they start the company and they never use it again. Then we have our on-demand checklist, is what Phil is going to demonstrate, as well as workflow. On-demand is going to be those checklists that you use on a daily basis, a monthly basis, quarterly basis, even twice a year, like your pre and post trip. Those checklists, when you assign them as an administrator, they'll go into the classroom or into the checklist area for your particular driver or administrator. And once they complete that checklist, they'll have a fresh one to complete for the next go around. So it takes the heavy lifting off you having to consider always assigning and sending out. Those checklists are readily available on demand once completed. And then workflow, these are going to be checklists that accommodates the workflows within an organization, where you may pass information from one department to another department or one person to another person, which we'll demonstrate as well. All of these checklists have accessibility on smartphones, tablets, and desktops. They're quickly and easily assigned. Again, we're tracking completions with our notification system, and you get that traceability of what's happening with your checklist. You get full accountability with the checklist. All checklists are completed and time-stamped again. I want to reiterate that. I keep coming back to the traceability. It's a big piece to having checklists to ensure that things are happening the way that you want them to happen. And also, they're going to reduce the errors in your operational risk. So here are a few real-world applications for the checklist. Of course, we talked about pre and post-trip inspections, being able to do that right there from your phone and getting it to the proper place and being able to check those documents. Accident documentation. We have our maintenance verification. Also, orientation and onboarding, really good, especially in the workflow part of the checklist. Some of you, again, are using English proficiency. We have that built, and it correlates exactly with the order that was signed by President Trump. We have the incident reports that options. We can reinforce your safety standards and your SOPs within your organization, reducing your DOT violations, and improving your FMCSA audit readiness. The checklist is definitely something that's going to boost your efficiency. It's going to streamline your workflows, eliminate some of the paper-based errors. I mean, we utilize a checklist here within our organization. This is how we level up our service department, by using checklists to ensure that we do everything that we're supposed to do for you as a client and properly execute on your behalf. It's a faster issue resolution, data-driven trend analysis. As you start to utilize a checklist for different areas in your company, you'll start to gather data that can help really impact the bottom line, depending on the things that you want to track. And we can also have a deeper discussion about those things with your CSR, myself included, as we start to build custom checklists along the way. Then we have our real-time reporting. As you know, in our system, there sometimes can be a delay on the LMS side of the reporting because of the way that it populates. When something's completed in the digital checklist, you immediately get the real-time reporting that that checklist has been submitted and completed. So it's a pretty cool feature there. And then a recap of everything I just talked about. I probably blew right through this. But why use a dynamic checklist? You know, you're going to get your consistency, you're going to get your accountability, a lot more visibility, safety and compliance, and again, efficiency. Efficiency is probably the entryway to having those strong ROIs to begin with. So this is kind of where we are as far as the development side of, you know, looking at checklists, and hopefully we get to set up some custom checklists for you out there. So now what I'm going to do is start the pre-recorded demonstration, and we will move into the Q&A shortly after that. So let me move this here. Get rolling.
All right. I want to take you guys through the demo part of this. Just show off some of the features and how to execute these checklists and a little bit of everything in between. So let me go ahead and switch my screen.
I'm sorry, I may have
I want to pull up our login page here where I'm going to be working from. All right. So I got two, as you see here, I got two tabs up here. Since I'm going to be passing the checklist off from one profile to another. Let me go ahead and sign in with my test administrative profile here. Okay. Right. Look like I got some overdue ELDT training here. All right, so click on our checklist management down here. So what I want to go over here is let's see, and let me pick on this trucking post-trip inspection year to kind of demonstrate this. So let me back up there. I notice I'm clicking on stuff without explaining. So to view or go inside any of these checklists, you want to click on this pencil over here to the right. And now we're seeing these three icons here. We see this green eyeball, we see this blue icon with this person with a plus sign, and we see this we see this mail notification here, this mail icon here. We click on this blue, we click on the green eyeball here, and what this does, this lets us know what the questions are in the checklist before, having to actually, sign up for it and fill it out. We can actually see what those questions are, what the statement types are, things of that nature. I don't want to go too in depth on it right now. Let me go back and go over the other icons here. So here's how we actually add someone to a checklist. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm gonna add my my other test profile to this checklist. So let me go ahead and do that. Set it up on my test field profile. And all we have to do to add someone to these checklists is just simply type in the name. And we want to make sure we click on this this green plus sign here. And we want to make sure that that name populates down here shown in blue. This lets us know that this profile is now added to this checklist. So let me click out of there. And we can see down here that my other test profile has now been added to this checklist. Now, another thing that we can do with these checklists is we can send out notifications to external contacts via email. And that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna put in my actual email address. G. And same process as adding a user to a checklist. We want to make sure we hit this plus sign over here. So add notification. Want to make sure that that email address populates down here underneath. Let you know that email address is now set up to receive notifications once this checklist is completed. So let me go ahead and log into my other test profile so you can see what it looks like to actually have a checklist to complete in your checklist management here. Okay. So you can tell this is not an administrative profile. Both of these profiles look different. This is actually a student's profile. So see the checklist that you've been assigned, want to click on digital checklist right here. And we see our truck and post-trip inspection checklist that was just sent over to us. Now, I want to go through here and demonstrate, go through the whole process of filling out a checklist. And this particular example, let me go ahead and pop back over here to my administrative profile. Now, what I'm going to end up doing here, I'm going to go in here under this profile and fill out part one of this demo workflow checklist. Both of these checklists right here are related to one another. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out the first part of this checklist, part one of this checklist under this profile, this current profile that we're under. And part two is going to be filled out from the other profile. And you'll see how we execute the pass off of these checklists. So let me go ahead and go in. Let me go into my digital checklist management here. And I can see that I already have this checklist assigned to me. And to get in here and start a checklist to complete and things of that nature, you want to click on this not started down here below. And here's all the information that we need to fill out for this particular checklist. See, we have our date picker here. Select today. We have a fill in the blank type of statement type here. So I'm going to type in my name here. We have several different types of statement types, by the way. We have approximately 14, 15 different types of statement types that we can utilize here. And for this example, we have several different types. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish filling this out. Now, the bottom part here, this is important. So this is how we're able to pass this checklist off to another profile. And I'm gonna send this over to my test user. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the name here and select the due date right over here. And I'm just going to select today. Let me scroll down below and we're going to click on this green check box here once we're done with all the information up there. Okay. And we see that this is timestamped the moment we sent this off. It didn't show this time earlier. This was just 10:03, I believe, was the time frame here. I mean, the timestamp now is showing 10:21. So this updates immediately once we complete these. So let me go ahead and transition over to my test field profile to fill out the second part of this checklist. So, all right, before advancing on and complete the second part of this checklist, I want to show you guys that you can actually see the answer choices that was passed over from the first user, from the first profile that I submitted the first checklist with by clicking on this orange eyeball up here at the top right. I'm gonna go ahead and do that here, and you can see all the answer choices that I answered with my other profile. So this is going to be useful in case you ever wanted to review any answer choices from any of the users that you send this off to before filling your second part out. So I wanted to show that off before I dug into the second half of this checklist. Click on the resource and click back in, and boom, here is the new checklist that was just passed over to me. And we can tell that from the timestamp here. Same process to get in there and fill these checklists out. I'm going to just click on Not Started. And we have a yes or no statement type here. Is part one of the assessment complete? Yes, it is. What's today's date? 21st. And with this signature box, you can either, if you want to, you can use your cursor to fill in your signature if you wish. My handwriting isn't very good. It's about as good as my normal handwriting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and type this in. So I'm going to go ahead and use a typed. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and type in my name here. A lot more professional looking. So as long as everything is filled in here, got part one, got question 1, 2, got my signature in here. Everything we need is filled in. I'm going to hit this check mark down here to submit. And that checklist disappears from our assigned stack of checklists. It is now down here under our completed stack of checklists. And this is the one we just completed. This is the one that is timestamped according to the time time it is right now. So it's 10:23 right now, and that completion automatically updated immediately. So something else I want to show you guys, something else that is immediate when we complete these checklists are the reports. So let me veer back over to my admin profile and let me show you where to run the reports, things of that nature. So we want to click on our digital checklist management down here. And we have two icons up here. We have an icon for the workflow. We have one for the reports. We can just hover our cursor to see which one is which. I'm going to pull up the reports. And if any of you guys are clients of us right now and you do utilize our report, especially the assignment status report or assignment detail report, you know those reports run behind approximately maybe 40 minutes to about an hour. As you can see here, this report is immediate. The completion was done here at 10:23. It was passed off at 10:21. All of these submissions are in here right now. We can see the statuses of those checklists over here. And we even have some filters over here just in case there's a certain or specific checklist that you're looking at. All right. So that will conclude the demonstration portion of this webinar. If you guys have any questions, I think there might be a slide or two left, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot those our way after we're done in the Q&A part of this.
All righty. So get out of that. And so that is the demonstration of the digital checklist. If you would like to see more or discuss more as we start to adopt this new product from Infinit-I, please reach out to your CSR and we'll be more than happy to walk you through any of the nuances that you have questions about.
Hey, Chuck, this is Steve. I have a question myself.
Okay.
There's a section there where you added a person that would be notified by email when a checklist is completed or some part of it is. Can more than one person receive that notification? Can there be more than one in that list?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
That's a great question, Steve. I was actually going to add to that notification. There are notifications that are set by us when we set up checklists for you as a client that would allow the administrator to receive a notification as well as the user. When one is being submitted, they don't have to guess. They'll get an email notification saying, hey, you've been assigned a checklist, and you would get a notification as an admin that it's been submitted and completed.
Great. Another quick question, just to be sure. I think the idea of a pre-trip, post-trip inspection checklist is really great. This is easily usable on a driver's cell phone, right? They can access that through their phone.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Um, all the checklist types are accessible through the phone, as well as the attachment feature for the video and um, video and picture functions as well.
So they can take pictures of what they're seeing in the inspection, and that goes along with it.
Depending on the work, the checklist design, yes, we would just have that statement type added into the particular assessment. So there's an option to do that as they go through it, and they don't have to get outside of a checklist to take a picture or anything like that. Any other questions? Doesn't look like we have any questions out there, Steve.
I think that's all the questions. Chuck,
Okay.
I think you had a special that you wanted to mention.
Yes. So for all of our clients that have the full LMS, we will be offering the digital checklist to you for free for the whole year. Um, and so you will get some communications from your CSR as well. And we'll be adding those standard checklists, pre and post trip, preventative maintenance, and all those different things for you. We'll be adding those over the next week. into your checklist so that they're ready to be used. Also, keep in mind, you also have 10 custom checklists. So we can start to develop those and get those deployed for your company and work a plan to really get those utilized for you. We're excited to get our clients to utilize this. And again, thank you for being great clients. We want to offer this to you for the year at no charge.
Fantastic. One last thing popped up here, a question. Yes, this has been recorded, this webinar, and everybody that either attended or registered for the webinar will receive an email from us, and in there will be a link where you can get access to the recording of this. That way you can share it with folks that perhaps weren't able to attend today. Let's see. Okay, there's another one, wasn't really a question. It was just I'd like to see on the onboard checklist would work. I think that has to do with orientation. So any comments to that, Chuck?
Yeah. So yeah, please reach out to your CSR. What we can do with the onboard checklist, we can give you an overview again of how the workflow works. But if you have a standard one that you use internally, we can start to develop that for you and get that into your checklist to start using.
Okay, another question just popped in. Is there a standard forklift inspection?
Not right now, but I would notate that and reach out to our video production team, and we can definitely discuss that forklift.
A question here, someone's asking after the year, what would the cost be? And I think you'll have to take that up individually because I believe it varies by company by company, number of people that are going to be accessing that and so on and so forth. So can't
Yes,
really give a standard price, but Craig, I think if you'll reach out to your client service rep, they can give you that information.
absolutely.
Anybody else have questions? All right. Well, thanks a lot, Chuck, Phil, Amber for being here, and thank you all for joining. Oh, here's another question popped in real quick. What about school buses? Is this available for the schools?
Absolutely. We actually developed a pre and post trip checklist specifically for schools as well.
Perfect.
So yes, we definitely want our schools to engage this product, and they will, we'll be getting that out to them as well.
Great. Awesome. Any last questions? All right. Well, it looks like if there are no more questions now, just keep in mind if something pops into your head a little later, reach out to your client service rep and they'll be able to answer your questions for you. Another question just popped in. Are these pre and post trip inspections accessible for as long as we are a customer?
Yes. So again, for the first year, starting as of today, and we're going to align these um, yearly offerings along with your current contract. So don't worry about that part. You'll get a full year at no charge. Obviously, at the end of that year, we will discuss pricing and your usage. And but as long as you're a client, you will have access as long as you're subscribed to the digital checklist.
Very good. All right. Well, I don't see any other questions popping in. So once again, Chuck, Amber, Phil, thank you all very much. Thanks to all of you out there for giving us a minute of your time to tell us about what we think is a really exciting new product offering from Infinit-I. So reach out to your client service rep and they can give you all the details. Having said that, thanks to everybody for coming and we hope to see you on our next program. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, everyone.